Hi, I am Carrie Knopf, your host, and I came on to talk about one of my favorite actors, comedic actors. I've just found out just a few seconds ago from Google that David L. Lander from Laverne and Shirley, played Squiggy. He passed away on Friday in California at Cedar Sinai Medical Center. He battled multiple sclerosis for 37 years, and he came out in 1999. He was also a baseball scout, and in a time that I love Laverne and Shirley, and in a time that we have now, we need laughter. But I also want to reflect on David L. Lander. When you see him, well, he was on The Odd Couple with Michael McKean. They were best friends, and he uh, put an older picture of them on Twitter, and it was really, really lovely. I do not know Cindy Williams's response, and maybe she wants to keep her response private, and I can't say that I blame her. She's not ready to talk yet. But Saturday morning, Pacific Coast time, Michael McKean put out a statement and with just a picture, and that's all you really needed to do. But when you watch Laverne and Shirley for the first time, like I did, in the 1970s, and the show ran from 1975 to 83. Excuse me. But when you heard the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Shamil, Shamanto, you know the song. You know you were in for a treat. In the 70s, that was a real treat. And Laverne and Shirley was actually a spin-off of Happy Days. R.I.P. Gary Marshall. And Penny Marshall is no longer here, and she played Laverne. But when you first see Lenny and Squiggy come in and say hello, you knew the first time that you watched them, they were going to be iconic characters. And they are iconic characters. Michael McKean, he still acts. And so did David L. Lander up until recently. He died of complications due to multiple sclerosis. Like I said, I just found out a few minutes ago, and I love classic TV. Of course, there's classic movies too that he did. He did Steven Spielberg's 1941, which is a great movie. It didn't do too well, but in the last few years, it's picked up on popularity. He did that. He did The Man with One Red Shoe. He played the sports announcer towards the end of the movie of the League of Their Own, and such a fun actor. He also did cartoon character voices, but such a fun actor. And when Laverne and Shirley, they had the absolute best cast, in my opinion, for comedy. And when you have comedy, you have to have the perfect cast. Like, I'll give you an example. The Drew Carey Show had it. Everybody Loves Raymond. Seinfeld. And when you have like the perfect cast and the perfect writing, you were in for a treat. I loved Laverne and Shirley, the Milwaukee years. Those were my particular favorites, and there were some good episodes when they went to California. And David L. Lander mentioned one time when they went to California, it all went kind of like downhill, but there were still a few good episodes in it. But one of my favorite episodes, I think it's in the first season, is when Shirley always likes to have like a reunion, and that they flash back, and the character of Anne Marie comes, and Laverne and Shirley don't know that I don't want to spoil the episode, and they have like a reunion at the Pizza Bowl, and that was a good episode. Bowling, when Laverne gets sick and she bowls, that's in the first season. Like I said, the Milwaukee years of Laverne and Shirley are 5-star gold. Every single one. I mean, there was some in the California years. I'm talking about the later years of the show. But the Laverne and Shirley, the Milwaukee years were just great. And I always loved it when I was a kid, when they did Shots Brewery, their festival every year. And it was just so fun to watch. And I'll remember David L. Lander with this episode. It was so good. It was when Michael McKean, Leonard Kausnowski, was designated as a Duke, and he took Laverne, and they needed certain papers, and they get locked in a cellar. And I just thought that David L. Lander's work in that was comedic. I mean, it was iconic. So I just wanted to come on and just share my memories of David L. Lander. And a lot of iconics. I'll just talk about everybody from the cast. The cast was great. It's my all-time favorite TV show, and I was just saddened. Like I said, I just found out a few minutes ago that David L. Lander, a.k.a. Squiggy, passed away due to complications of multiple sclerosis. And it's always important to often share out my stories or anybody else's stories, because maybe a lot of people don't know about Laverne and Shirley or other comedic shows, because other different countries don't have it. And I love the technology now, because people can look up classic shows like Laverne and Shirley and other iconic shows to watch. But I've been a original Laverne and Shirley watcher since it aired. But I'll always remember Squiggy this way. And I'm going to tell you what my all-time favorite episode is. I never said this before, but it's when they're rehearsing for a play of Alice in Wonderland, and Shirley ended up having a gas bubble and going to the hospital. And I just thought that episode was so good and so great. It's my all-time favorite episode. But I also loved the acting between Cindy Williams and David L. Lander, and they used to date, by the way. That's a little unknown fact, but it is true. But I always liked the chemistry between them. And I can't remember the title of the episode, but it's the episode where they all get dressed up and rehearse for the Alice and Wonderland. I have, but that I have a lot of episodes. Like I said, I loved all the episodes, but that episode was so good in writing and acting. Well, and you cannot forget Lenny and the Squig Tones. I'll remember him that way too. But I'm Kara Knopf, and I just wanted to come on and speak about David L. Lander. And everybody, have a great day. Hello! I just did it in a squeaky voice. Sorry, I really liked him. And to all the Laverne and Shirley fans and Squeaky fans, hello! That was just for you. R.I.P. Andrew Squigman, that was the full name of the character, and the man who played him, David L. Lander. His memory will live on in film and TV. I love you, Andrew Squigman. I love you, David L. Lander. This is Kara Knopf, signing off. Everybody, have a good night.